Why do humans draw borders when Earth never drew a single line? Welcome to all beings tuning in across borders seen and unseen. This is 5D New Earth News, where we don't just track the map, we trace the field beneath it. Not headlines of separation, but signals of connection. Because in 5D, the real lines are vibrational. And remember, when we say 5D New Earth News, we don't mean we're going anywhere. We are shifting density, state of consciousness. Let's begin with the heartbeat of home, pulse of the planet.
The pulse of the planet this week isn't coming from headlines. It's coming from Earth herself. Tectonic plates shifting, earthquakes rattling fences, reminding us the ground doesn't honor human maps. Human resonance is spiking again, the Earth's hum rising in waves that ignore borders, and the great migrations of people, animals, seeds, and rivers, moving because movement is life. The pulse is clear. Borders may shape the surface, but the field beneath is always one body, one home, one flow. Earth hums, the sky answers. Celestial weather next.
As Pluto turns direct, the cosmic weather reminds us what was buried comes back into motion. A planet of walls, shadows, and underworld borders, now shifting forward. When Pluto moves, it moves slowly but powerfully. It doesn't just adjust the scenery, it rewrites the structures we thought that were permanent. The walls we've leaned on the hardest are the ones most likely to shift. Here's your coherence cue for the skies. As Pluto turns direct, imagine one wall in your life dissolving back into the soil. Breathe into that space and let a new field take its place. Boundaries don't disappear, they transform, and coherence is choosing which ones to keep alive. Pluto's message is this: even the hardest walls eventually return to the field. From planets to programs, tech and field.
In the digital realm, borders are just as alive as on the ground. Firewalls, geoblocks, algorithm deciding who sees what. Invisible fences shaping our collective field. But tech can also dissolve borders. Quantum encryption, decentralized platforms, open source networks, all ways to turn fences into fields. This week's tech and field reflection. Notice where your digital life builds walls and where it opens fields. Every click is a border crossing, every share a signal. Technology isn't neutral, it's a map of our collective fieldwork. Beyond screens, the dream field speaks. Dream stream.
Dreams are the rehearsal halls of thresholds, the place where we cross lines before we wake. This week, many reported dreams of crossing borders, walking through gates, stepping across rivers, moving between rooms that were once locked. The dream field is alive with crossings. Dreams remind us that the borders of waking life are not fixed. They soften, bend, and dissolve each night, showing us new ways through. Here's your resonance cue. Before bed, place a glass of water by your bedside. Whisper to it one threshold you'd like to cross. In the morning, drink it, activating the shift with every cell of your being. Now, beyond dreams, the Codex still sings. Spotlight ahead.
In the Codex, the Vesica Piscis is the first border that becomes a bridge. Two circles overlap, and in the shared space, a new field is born. It's the geometry of crossing, not line against line, but circles leaning into one another. Borders don't always divide. Sometimes they overlap, creating something neither circle could hold alone. The Vesica whispers, true borders aren't walls. They're invitations into shared space. Next, patterns to players, archetypal movement.
In the collective field, the archetypes moving this week are gatekeeper, builder, and exile. The gatekeeper says only some may pass. You see it in headlines about checkpoints, firewalls, locked doors. The builder stacks bricks, sometimes making walls, sometimes weaving bridges. And the exile carries the weight of being pushed outside the line, only to discover that life and freedom often begin at the edge. Together, these three archetypes remind us every border is a dance. Who guards it, who constructs it, and who is asked to walk beyond it? And the question echoing for each of us, which role am I playing in the field? Archetypes shift. Now the stories that move the field. Resonance witness. Resonance Witness is where we pause for stories that never trend, but always shift the field. A boy drew a hopscotch grid across his yard, the last square landing in his neighbor's driveway. When the neighbor saw it, instead of being triggered, he picked up the chalk and added more squares. Sometimes borders dissolve not with treaties, but with play.
At a border crossing, families wait in the heat. When the wind caught a torn plastic bag, a child laughed as it rose into the air, drifting over the fence, across the checkpoint, dissolving into the sky. Sometimes coherence rises like that, reminding us that walls may stop physical bodies, but never spirit.
And bees in wooden boxes lined along fields in bloom, flying out to pollinate, then returning to the hive. For generations it worked. The bees obeyed the boxes, the cycles, the borders we set for them. Then a shift in nature. Whole swarms took flight and never came back. Scientists call it collapse. Biologists call it disorder. Mystics call it awakening. We call it this, a reminder that resonance cannot be caged. Borders may shape the flight, but never the field. The field reflects back. Message from the mirror.
The headlines may build fences, but you are not a fence. You are the field beneath them, unbroken, alive. And every choice you make redraws the world, reminding you you are the news, you are the shift. The shift is not some distant horizon, it is here, in this breath, in this step, in this choice. Carry that knowing into the days ahead, because every act of coherence, no matter how small, becomes part of the new story.
This is 5D New Earth News, signing off from the edge of the story you are still writing. Like, subscribe, and click the bell for more 5D New Earth news.